Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. Today we'll be reading from the Gospel of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the Panchama Veda. Our main focus will be fix the mind on God and meditate, the teaching of the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. This we have found in the English book, page 855, and Bengali 923. As usual, let us begin with the mantra. Tabo kathamritam tapta jivanam kabi virilitam kalmashapaham sravana mangalam srimadatam bhuvi grinanti e bhurida janaha. Last Wednesday, the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna discussed how doubt about God's existence can be removed. Doubt or shamshaya, as in Sanskrit they say, shamshaya. If I have a doubt about the existence of God, then obviously I won't give my full to realize God. The first thing is, I have to solve this problem. Is God there? And I have to solve that problem. Okay, I am not going to realize God, but intellectually I am going to accept the concept that God is there. Otherwise, it is not possible to maintain this huge creation. So, God. So, how to remove that doubt and learn from me as much as I have told you. He said it to Dr. Mahendralal Sharkar. Learn from me the God himself. God in human form. That is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And what he is telling? He is saying that I promise God is there. The God himself in the human form is promising another person, I promise, I swear, that God is there. You can talk to God. You can see God. You can live with God. Now, he actually was doing the same thing. He was seeing God, talking to God, in the company of God. But he could not recognize God. God in the form of Sri Ramakrishna, he thought, he is my patient, and I have come to treat him. He's an ordinary Brahmin, a good person. He doesn't tell lies or doing anything wrong. He's a good person, but that much. But he was God himself. How to recognize that? For that you have to prepare your mind. So, as we go nearer to God, you see less and less of his upadhis, his attributes. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna giving the idea about God. As you go close to God, near to God, you see less and less attributes. Then he is giving the description that 10 hands Durga, then slowly the baby Krishna. What are the attributes? This world. And what is that? He is all powerful. He is all merciful. He is all pervading. He is full of knowledge. All these are attributes. But actually he is what? These are all the qualities. Now a person, he is a very good football player. That same person is a doctor, is a very good physician. That same person is a very good organizer. That same person is a very good singer. See, so many attributes. But who is that person? Now, if we say he is a great singer, only one part we are mentioning. Is a great, very good football player, only part. But in total, what is that person? We are not mentioning. So that attributes only gives an idea about that person and nothing else. Wherever suppose a famous person is going, before he gives the talk or perform, then somebody will welcome him and giving all this. Oh, he got this thing, it was awarded with this and that. So the people's mind, oh, is it? And so many places he has been awarded. So he must be a very good one. In the modern times, when you go to purchase anything, we always go and check how much star he has got, a hotel or anything. So it's a 4.5, well, that means a very good. So let's go for that. We are believing somebody has given, yes, is good, that certificate we are believing and then accepting. These are all the attributes. Maybe the same person's wife has given him, another person has given him, like that. It may be. But this is the way attributes cannot give you the full idea of the. Now, if you go over there, see for yourself, then you know, oh yes, this is a wonderful person. Now we go to suppose we go to the king of a country. When we are going, we heard about the king has 5-6 palaces and he rules so many, he has this, he has that, under him so many strong army or military. But when you go to that person, you find a 5.7 height, that 5.7 feet height, that person, very sober looking, and he comes and stretches and, hey, how are you? I'm so nice to meet you, just like any other person. So when we heard about the attributes of the king, and when he is coming with the kingly, the attires, and so gold and these and that. But when you go and meet him in his own house, he sits with you with maybe a cup of coffee and chit chat. Oh, I have read your book and you're really very good, interesting. Why you have mentioned that? And you just have some time you pass with the king and you come back. What you grow, what you develop after meeting the king, that he is ruling this much country? No. That he is commanding the powerful army? No. These, the wealth, these, they're nothing. You develop love. You develop likeness. So what is God? God is nothing but love. We are afraid. That's why in the Western world also, particularly the Greeks, they were also like the Hindus. They were having so many gods and goddesses. The gods and goddesses were the figures, the name, and they were in charge of some department like the rain, the thunder, and so many. So obviously, just like the Hindus, they used to worship like that, so many different gods and goddesses. And we think if we are doing something bad, God is going to punish us. If I am something good, God will notice and do. So that's why sometimes we are bewildered why I have done so many good things, but still why I am suffering, why the God giving him all good things, who is not doing good actually or taking the name of God, but I am taking the name of God, still I am suffering, so I get confused. So without that, that's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said from the Durga, Durga is going to protect you, Ma Durga, Goddess Durga. Those who know about Durga, and she was protecting the gods, and she was having 10 hands, and all the 10 hands, powerful weaponries were there. And she killed so many demons and protected the gods. And from there, slowly, you go to a baby Krishna. Baby Krishna cannot give anything to you except a very divine smile which will fill your heart. That is God. So what is God? God is love ultimately. It is not that God is having that power to protect you. God has at all knowledges, wealth, everything. But ultimately, what you get God, it is love. And love comes with unselfishness. Otherwise, it is impossible. Now, this love is always there. We already have these two divine qualities, love and unselfishness. Everyone. I love my kith and kin. And I am also sacrificing for my very close family. I do so many things for them. So my love and my unselfishness, these two divine qualities are now in a well. It is covered and inside the well of me and mine. If there is a me, it is mine. Okay. So I love, I sacrifice. But as long as the me and mine will be there, you are in a well. You cannot come out. You cannot love God. That's why Swami Vivekananda's famous lecture, have you noticed? In the Parliament of Religion, what he said? A story. Story of a frog in the well. That narrowness. And he gave the call, come out and see the world. So the example that he was giving through the story, a frog from the ocean came and fell in the well. That means a one who is having love, having unselfishness, but in a small well, me and mine. But a person who is coming, the God's representative, or the God in that form, the coming is a huge, big idea. So everything, wherever you go, is nothing but water. Why you are thinking only your well water? No, this is the biggest water body in the world because my grandfather told it. Why don't you come out and see the ocean? I don't believe that something bigger than my well is there. So they were having, if you have time, you can read that story. Very funny, but very wonderful teaching. So what is God then? All-pervasive love. The God is nothing but love. That love knows no boundary. If we can understand that, then what happens? There will be no doubt about God. So why we are having the doubt about God? Because we are thinking, if I offer God a sweet, I will get this job. If I give little more, suppose some gold, God will give me that job or some property. So this is a business. No, it cannot be. To some extent, why it has been there. So the people are getting tempted to come to God. Sometimes you will find that to encourage the children to study, the teachers or the parents will say, if you are having this 93%, 97% marks in your maths, I am going to purchase a bicycle for you. It's just like that. So why this dharma gurus, the gurus, they have developed this idea to tempt the people, ordinary people, to come to practice religion. If you pray to God, you are going to have this. If you do this, you are going to have that. So slowly they are coming. Then ultimately they understand, I am supposed to love God because it is me only. Why a mother loves her baby? Because it is she only. The baby and the mother are not separate. The God and me are not separate. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, how he is mentioning, God is there, not like that. Whatever I said, try to understand that. That will be sufficient. Then he said that fix your mind on God and meditate. We will come to that. Before that, let us read from here, from the book. Doctor, and the master. So they were conversing. Listen a little to the Vedantic reasoning. Because doctor, he was going on telling, so it's okay. As you go nearer to God, you see less and less his upadhis, his attributes. Then he says, listen a little Vedantic reasoning. Why Vedantic reasoning? Vedanta has three schools. Now, in the three schools, one is Dvaita. They believe that God is there, I am here. So, dualist. And non-dualist is Advaita. In between there is, of course, not very old, recently, Ramanujacharya, he said Vishishta Advaita. So, Dvaita and Advaita, let us take these two. Dvaita, they believe God is separate, I am separate. Majority of the religion, almost all religions, they believe in that way. The God is separate, I am separate. I am actually not very pure. I have to pray to God or the messengers of God or the Son of God or the representative of God, and then I can slowly go to God because He, the representative, if he is happy with me, will recommend me. That's a very good idea. So by this way we go. And to please the God, we must practice this. And there is another conception. They say, you are that. How? By reasoning. So they go for the reasoning, the Vedantic reasoning. A magician came to a king to show his magic. When the magician moved away a little, the king saw a rider on the horseback approaching him. He was brilliantly arrayed and had various weapons in his hands. The king and the audience began to reason out what was the real in the phenomena before them. Evidently, the horse was not real, nor the robes, nor the armors. At last they found out beyond their shadow of a doubt that the rider alone was there. The significance of this is that Brahman alone is real and the world unreal. Nothing whatsoever remains if you analyze. Sri Ramakrishna is giving an example from the Vedanta as a magician showing a magic. In that courtroom only, all the king and the ministers and all other people are sitting. Suddenly they saw, because of the magician, he is putting their mind in such a way that a horse is coming, a person is sitting on and he is having the weapon, etc. So they were wondering what is going to happen. It was nothing was there, only the person was there. So that is called magic. And sometimes we see the magicians, they do so wonder, an unthinkable wonder. But we think that is all real. It is not real. That is all magic. That is the technique. Not all can do, only magician can do. And magician will put in such a way as if he will be having a hat. And he will hold the hat in such a way that we believe everything is inside the hat. He will be having a stick sort of thing. And he will be using the stick in such a way as if stick is having all power. And I saw one, it was just the hands. Constantly he was going on moving the hands. All people's notice are on that, what he is actually doing. The fingers, and very peculiarly he was moving the finger. Then first we looked at him, and then we looked at his fingers. And when we are attentively looking at the finger, what he's going to do through the finger, he is actually through left hand he has done, changed everything. And then he removed the cover, which is, it is all different. So magician, he is well trained to do like that, but fact is it is not real. So magician is showering the dollars. If he really could do it, why will do that magic? He will be millionaire. So whenever the money is necessary from the sky, the money will come to him. but actually all magic. What remains only after the magic? Magician. If we understand this, we understand this world that we see constantly changing. Constantly changing. And in every change, the people are behaving the same way. Same way they'll be behaving. Look at the Russia. The Tsar was there. He was ruling. He was having everything. People were not happy. Then there was a revolution. Tsar went. Another person came. Again, same thing is going on and on and on. Constantly we see the whole history. Same thing is going on, repeating and repeating. In our own family also. The grandfather's father and father, they did the same thing. We are also doing the same. Maybe a little modernized. But what remains? The constantly remaining I. I had a father and I had a grandfather, and like that, I is remaining. So what I should reason? I. And what is that I? Now, when I am going to look at me, the Munis, they have already checked it and they gave you, after the checking as they give the result, and they said, oh, well, when you are putting the hand on your body, actually there are 5 different, the koshas are there, sets are there, coverts are there. Annamaya fast, Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Many of you know it. It's so commonly said by all. And what are these? I. But I don't see Annamaya and Manomaya. These are the 2 I can see. Where the prana? Well, when you are breathing, that is the prana. I don't see, but I can feel. I can understand. So Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya. What is that? Intelligence. Now, we don't know what is going to happen. AI, artificial intelligence are coming. Then it is not having the Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya. Only Vijnanamaya. Then what will happen to that Vijnanamaya kosha? Now this Vijnanamaya kosha, they only want to know. They are discovering, analyzing, understanding, constantly growing. And then finally where it is reaching? Anandamaya. This food that we eat for Ananda. The thought that we think for Ananda. So we reach to the Anandamaya kosha. But Vedanta will say, even this Ananda that you think, that is also limited. Because this joy that is coming after your exercise, your practices, obviously you are getting this joy, having this joy, acquiring this joy. Anything that you get from outside, obviously by your effort, temporary. So you have to pass through that also, Ananda also. And that is very hardest part. Because when you reach to Ananda, you are already tired. And it is so much joy. Oh, I have reached my goal. But then someone will come and say, you have to overcome these 2. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, you have to throw that. And then if you go beyond that Anandamaya, it is all trying to give, you are here comfortably, so much joy. Why you? No. I don't want. Again you are withdrawing your mind from there and concentrating, then reaching to a place that's called the 4th dimension, 4th stage. Chaturtham. What is the Chaturtham? That is the Atman. After reaching there, what happens? What you see? No one can explain. Only they can give some of the great soul who could retain their individuality. After seeing that, they said, that is the existence. That is the source of knowledge, eternal. And that is the eternal happiness. Satchit Ananda Sarupa. Just they give the idea, nothing else. So that is called vichara. When you are when you are trying to reach through the vichara, the Vedanta, this is the Vedanta. I don't object to this, Doctor said, the Master, Sri Ramakrishna, but it is not easy to get rid of illusion. It lingers even after the attainment of knowledge. A man dreamt of a tiger. Then he woke up and his dream vanished, but his heart continued to throb. Palpitation was already there. See the examples of Sri Ramakrishna. Even after the realization, that same way we move. Then sometimes we think that what happens after the realization, the great souls, so when they are meditating, they are realizing how they behave. Their all original, natural thing, it remains. Someone likes to drink coffee with milk, or someone without, they will continue in that way. After the realization of God, if you give a cup of water and he will drink the water as a coffee, no, he will need coffee. And if it is with milk or without milk, with sugar, without everything, he'll say, give more sugar. Hey, what is it? God realized person, why should he? It cannot say like that. So that is externally, after the realization of God also, it behaves in the same way. But the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave the wonderful example from the Vedanta that when a rope is burnt, apparently it remains like a rope. But the moment you try to touch it, it is all ashes. This is not real rope. Then he said, if the sword is made of gold, you won't able to do any harm to people with that gold sword. It looks like beautiful, but to kill a person or to fight with someone, you need a steel sword. The gold looks like that. So that steel sword, when it turns to the gold sword, it looks like the same, but it has changed. So God realization means, how you will understand? Again, he'll be full of love, and that love not for his only kith and kin, but for the whole world, for everyone. So God is love. And when we reach to that conclusion, there is no doubt. So the doubt vanishes when you can understand what is God. Doubt remains when we think that God is going to give us this gift or that gift in exchange of our offering. No. Then there will be always doubt. So God is love. God love, which is encompassing everything, can come when you are purely unselfish. Moment there will be that my son, my daughter, my family, my country, my religion, you can never become a truly, truly God-realized person. No. Maybe you are a little advanced, that's all. But after the realization of God, it is the same. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, when you reach to the goal, summit, whatever path, your experience will be the same. All paths are leading to the same goal. When we see different practices, we are fighting or hating or criticizing. I practice this path, or look at that fool, he is practicing that one. You are a fool. Because you have not reached to the top. You do not know whether you will reach there or not. And with a hatred in your mind, you cannot reach. At least you cannot reach to God. You can have some power. You can have some economical development, social power. All those things it is possible. But when you talk about religion, no, you are not going to get that. That's for clear. Whoever says that. If you are reaching over there, you will see only nothing but love. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, who tasted all the paths, then declared, as that Veda in the ancient time, the Rig Veda says, this is one truth, but many are calling in different names. That is the Ekam Sat, Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Vipra means the people who are trying to reach over there, they reached over there, and they explain that in their own term, own language, own way. And if a poet is going to moon, and when coming down, if you ask him to narrate about the moon, he will write a poetry and then read that poem. He will explain his joy, his experience through that. So naturally, a scientist going, he will say, there is this phosphorus, this is there, this is that. So this is the way they, different way this, but the same thing they are explaining. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, but it is not easy to get rid of illusion. It lingers even after the attainment of knowledge. Some thieves came to the field. A straw figure resembling a man had been put there to frighten intruders. The thieves were scared by the figure and could not persuade themselves to enter the field. One of them, however, approached and found that it was only a figure made of straw. He came back to his companions and said, there is nothing to be afraid of. But still they refused to go. They said that their hearts were beating fast. Then the darting thief laid the figure on the ground and said, it is nothing, and neti, neti. That means the Guru, after reaching over there, he comes back, then he says, I am giving you the assurance. There is no fear. In Shankaracharya, he is explaining, a disciple came to the Guru and he said, I am afraid, I think I am going to die because this whole world is going to catch me. They will crash me. I am going to die. Then the Guru said, Ma Vaiksha Vidwan Tabanastapaya. You are not going to be destroyed by anything. Don't be afraid. I am there. I will show you. So that is the Guru's role. Why? They have already crossed that. And they came back only to help. So in religion, the Guru is a must. Sometimes some people, they think, so we have read whatever books you have read. So I have understood in my own way, so I can always think and go. Of course, but here the Guru means not that person, the human person that you see. It is the God which is working through him, and that is helping you. Simple, very simple thing, but faith only in the words of Guru. And if you are developing some respect for the Guru, then you are helping yourself to shut out this illusion. Otherwise, it is almost impossible. Doctors, these are fine words. Then the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, what kind of words? He said, fine. Sri Ramakrishna, then give me a thank you. And it is our recorder, Master Mahashaya, he mentioned, Sri Ramakrishna said the words thank you in English. Because the English was very, very rare in those days, very few. Only young boys who were studying in the schools and colleges, modern school colleges, they learned English. Otherwise, the Indians, they were refusing English. Sri Ramakrishna, being a Brahmin and accepted as a Guru, he used these English words which was actually taboo for the religious people. Nowadays, all religious people, they're speaking English and they're so fluent, so good, and they're masters over the language. it is normal. But in those days, it was a taboo. A religious person should not use those foreign words. They must speak either in the mother tongue or in Sanskrit. In whole India, in that time, a Brahmin, a Pujari, he is using English word. Actually, the indication is you cannot defile just by using a foreign word. It is nothing. So we think it's fun that Sri Ramakrishna using English. No, actually he is giving the idea that language, the dress, the food, the place, it has nothing for true religion. True religion means clear understanding. We are so much concerned about the dress and the food and the language and all paraphernalia, and we forget for what we are actually doing it. That is, then Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's example, someone came to see the goddess Kali, and then when came, he saw so many poor people, then started distributing the food and the money to them. And afterwards, all these people came and there was a commotion, he got tired. In the meantime, time was over, temple door closed, and the purpose of seeing the goddess, he could not do that. Some people, they will say, oh, that's good. Why to go to the temple and see that stone image? Rather, serving the poor people are good. Of course, good. But what purpose that you came over there? You came to see the God, but you didn't see that. Do you think you can solve the world's problem by feeding some poor people? You go and check. Before you, and thousands of years, someone or other, they helped in that way only. But poor will be there, some people will come and feed them, it will continue. And this is a phenomenon. Let's go on. You cannot stop it. When you are solving the problem of this country, another country become poor and problematic. Then it goes on. That's why Swami Vivekananda, the word, dog's curly tail. It is just going on like that. It is Maya. But what we should do, we have started with a doubt. Is God there? And now, after listening to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, we are convinced it is there. God is there. And when we understand that, how the God has different powers and all different things, but in reality, when we remove all those things, or all attributes of God, we see it's only love. After that, when we are proceeding, then we find that there are so many other problems. As Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, it is not so easy to go beyond this illusion. So the language will be there. Oh, we should not use this language. Oh, we should not use this dress. Oh, we should not use this food. And this way only we go on closing our doors, and we think only this little channel, that will be all right, what I have thought. That is also okay for you. But if you reach to the goal and develop that, your love. Now, then he says, don't you know what is in my mind? I go to take trouble to come and visit you. Dr. Sarkar, he said, actually indicating to Sri Ramakrishna, I need not to give you thank you because I already love you. And that is the reason. He was really a very famous doctor in those days, and he was very busy. Even then he used to come from faraway place to attend Sri Ramakrishna. Now Sri Ramakrishna is in Calcutta, Shampukur, a little close. Previously doctor used to go to Dakshineshwar even. So obviously he said, can't you understand that why I am doing it? That means I love you. Master Sri Ramakrishna smiling. No, it is not that. Say something for the good of the ignorant. After the death of Ravana, the brother Vibhishana refused to become a king of Ceylon. He said, O Rama, I have obtained you. What shall I do with the kingship? Rama said, Vibhishana, be king for the sake of the ignorant. For those who might ask, what riches have you gained by serving me, the Rama? So much. Be king to give them a lesson. Now, this is another way. Sri Ramakrishna said, you must develop some good qualities or some miraculous power. Otherwise, people will say, oh, look at this man. All through he has served the God and did all good things, but now he is as poor he was, still now he is like that. So, you have served me, the Vibhishana, he served Sri Ramachandra. Now, if he is not becoming the king, ordinary people, those who have nothing about the religion or the spirituality, they will think he has got nothing. He served him, and now you look at it, still that poor man will become a king. Apparently, God gives us all those so that people learn about it. They are tempted. Oh, look at him. As because he was serving Sri Rama, he has become the king. As because you have seen that, we have noticed, if a monk has developed some supernatural power, all will go to him or her. Somebody is putting hand on the head, somebody is doing this, somebody is doing that. And people are all going over there. Why? To get some gain of this worldly life. They know that, hey, these people are also good, but if I go over there, maybe my knee pain will be over. So he will go with all the knee pain, and whole night he will be there only to get the blessings, thinking in that. So the miraculous power is also necessary. Bhagavan said, you can see that. Doctor, are there much ignorant people here? He is telling in another way. The Sri Ramakrishna said, oh yes. Here you will find the oysters, the snails, and the conches, like that. In the Bengali he was telling. So he said there are all these type of peoples are also there. All laughed. Dr. Sharkar, who was a homeopath, gave Sri Ramakrishna 2 globules of medicine. He said, I am giving you these 2 globules. One is Purusha and another is Prakriti. So all laughed. He gave only 2, but immediately he used the philosophical word. The Shamka Yoga, they explain it is the Purusha and Prakriti. The Purusha, that is the consciousness, and Prakriti, not conscious, but coming in touch with Purusha, contact with Purusha, gets activated. Now, how he will explain? Sun is reflecting on a mirror. It is a reflection. But in contact with the sun, that piece of mirror becomes illumined, is giving the light to others. So that is the purpose of the sun. So it is the Prakriti that we see, is the power of God, but in reality it is only working, functioning, activated with that is the way they say, the Purusha and Prakriti. Now friends, those who are following the philosophy, you always know, every religion, they try to give a buffer between the creator and the creation. Why? If directly the creator is creating, active, that means he comes under the 3 gunas, Sattva, Raja and Tama. Otherwise, how can he create? So when he is using the Sattva, Raja, Tama, coming under that, he also comes under that, and Sattva, Raja, Tama means going to be end. So one day the God will also be ended. That cannot be. So what they say, God, the Supreme Being, having all power, generate someone, CEO, short of person, and that CEO, Chief Executive Officer, he will be functioning. So in our case it is Brahma. So Brahma is functioning. The Brahma changes. Brahma will be changing, of course, millions and millions and years after, but he will change. So but the Supreme Being, which is all-pervading consciousness, it won't change. This also, the Purusha works through Prakriti, which is inert otherwise, but in coming in contact with the Purusha gets activated. Same thing the Vedantin will say in a different way. They'll say this Purusha is a Brahman, and this Brahman working through its the power. What is the power? Maya. The Brahman directly is not working, activating the Maya Shakti, and Maya will. What is this Maya? It is actually illusion. There is no reality, but it's like real. So these philosophical differences, but you will notice that the Christians also, they say Father and the Son, in between there is a bird is going up and down communicating. So ghost, Holy Ghost. Why ghost? Because it has no form. The Holy Ghost is coming and communicating and going back. Why not directly? Because they don't want to get mingled with that. Though in the beginning of the Old Testament, God created this, but then understood, so developed that Holy Ghost. So Trinity, the God and the Holy Ghost and the Son of God, Holy Ghost is the buffer. So this is the way most of the philosophy they try to explain. Here it says in the Prakriti and Purusha. So when even we all have fans, the sadhus will also, but they will use these technical terms, philosophical terms to have some fun like that. So this is the way it goes. When Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was giving only two, the medicine, he said Purusha and Prakriti. Sri Ramakrishna was very happy. It was Vijaya Day. Sri Ramakrishna asked Dr. Sarkar to have some refreshments. Devotees served him with sweets. Vijaya Day means after the Durga Puja, that is the 10th day, 9th day is the 10th day is the Vijaya Day. Vijaya means they have vanquished the devilish activities, and Ramachandra, he killed that Ravana, etc. So that Vijaya. Doctor, while eating, now I say thank you for the sweets, but it is not for your teachings. Why should I give that thank you in words? Doctor, he is indicating that he loves Sri Ramakrishna. So obviously he need not to express it in words. I love you, you must feel it. If I say I love you, that means it is not true. And some of the places, some people, they go on saying I love you, but actually just from the lips. But it is not true. But they think it is better to express, he will understand. You need not to express, but the way you are, they will surely understand that he or she loves. In our country, if you go to the villages, particularly in the northern part of India, the ladies, they cover their faces with their shadi, and it's a long covering. The husband, when he is leaving the home, perhaps going to other city for the job, that wife will come and she will stand. Even the husband cannot see the face of the lady. Other people are there. The young lady is not supposed to show the face. That is the tradition in the village. But the husband will understand how much she loves him. It's not necessary to express. Doctor indicating that. Why should I have to thank you? Because I love you. You must understand that. But for the sweet externally, I can thank you. The Sri Ramakrishna smiling. The essential thing is to fix your mind on God and to practice meditation. Friends, this is a great word, fixing the mind on God. Now, I was just thinking, I just took from here the Patanjali Yoga Darshan. What is God? There's a very difficult to give the definition of God. Swami Vivekananda, as he was, in a very simple way, he said, unselfishness is God. And I think this is the best definition of God. The Patanjali Muni, long back, he developed a process so that one can concentrate on God. And he said, by this way you can meditate, by this way you can meditate. And in one the aphorism he said, Ishvara pranidhanat ba. Of course, concentrating on the Ishvara. Now, as is the system in the Indian philosophy, the moment you are using a word, you must explain what is that you meant, the definition. The Ishvara pranidhanat, pranidhanat means meditation, by meditating on Ishvara. Well, what is Ishvara? You have to give the definition. Then the Muni said, Klesha, Karma, Vipaka, Ashaya, Aparamishta, Purusha Vishesha, Ishvara. Klesha, Karma, Vipaka, Ashaya. The Sanskrit word he is using. What is the Klesha? There are 5 things are there. In total, it is called Klesha, suffering. If you translate, it is suffering, Klesha. What is the suffering? Main is ignorance, avidya. What is the ignorance? Thinking this passing world as real. See, history should be our real book. History shows us in pages after pages that everything is changing, constantly changing. Even then we think, oh, I am going to be here eternally, permanently. Look around the present day world. The rulers, each and everyone is thinking that he is going to be here permanently. And is going on thinking in their own way. And that is the wonder of wonders. And that is called Maya. They know everything. They know the history. But even then they cannot come out of that. So this is called avidya. For the look at us, we also think, I am this body, I should take care of this body, I am going to be all right. When you go to see the friends in the hospital, you know, the poor man, he is suffering. But I don't know, someday, God forbid, maybe on that bed you are there with all the parameters fixed in your body. So, but still we think that we are going to be all right, survive. So that is called ignorance. In Sanskrit, ignorance is avidya. Asmita, another ignorance that is individual. How? I think this is I am. Asmita means ego. Now, if you go on opening the onion, and this onion will go on opening, then ultimately there is nothing inside. And similarly, if we go on analyzing this body, ultimately there is nothing. Where this I? But still, even from the children up to the elderly person, all are under that asmita, I. So this is called klesha. If you have this ignorance, you are suffering. If you have the ego, you are going to suffer. Then raga. Raga means attachment. And dvesha, aversion. Aversion also is an attachment, opposite to attachment. Aversion also is bringing suffering. The moment you see someone whom you don't like, you start suffering. Your parameter, your bus, oh, why he has come here? I don't like, I should leave, and all that it began. The aversion is also cause of suffering. Attachment, of course, cause of suffering. And dvesha, raga, dvesha, ubhinivesha, fear from death is another suffering. 92 years old lady, she was telling me, Swamiji, please bless me so that my health becomes all right. I will, of course, I shall bless you. But I don't have the power, but I will pray for you. Enough is enough. I have lived a long period of time. Now it is nothing necessary. But no, we go on thinking. We don't know when to retire. After the retirement, I should live a nice life and spending the most of the time for philosophy and spirituality. We don't understand that. And that is called attachment, terrible attachment in the family. So this way it goes on and on and on. So they say, what is klesha? According to the yoga aphorism, klesha, avidya, ignorance, asmita, ego, raga, attachment, dvesha, aversion, avinivesha, fear of death. Oh, I am going to lose. No one thinks like that. So this is they say, when someone is not having this, that is called klesha, karma, good and bad action, vipaka, result of the action, ashaya, desire, and these all things are not present in someone, which is residing in everybody's heart, is Ishvara. The definition that this way he is giving, klesha, karma, vipaka, ashaya, aparamishta, purusha vishesha, Ishvara. And he is not attached to this, nothing is there. Now if we apply this thing to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's life, we see everything there. All these things come in such a way, Sri Ramakrishna is completely free from all this. Can't we say him Ishvara? He is the God himself. And the 26 qualities that our Bhagavad Gita says, if you apply that, Sri Ramakrishna is life. Also, you find everything, all good qualities. Then 39 qualities that has been listed in the Bhagavata, that is also there. So that is why Swami Vivekananda said that avatara varishtaya. Sri Ramakrishna, some people will say, oh, you are a monk of the Ramakrishna order, you will also naturally you'll speak like that. It is nothing like that. This is completely different. Some people don't understand. Some of us, we have left our hearth and home and we are trying to dedicate our whole mind and soul for this purpose to reach to this height. But we fail. Sometimes someone is angry, someone is not that way active because of the Maya. Whole world is bound by that. We are not beyond that. Just we are trying to do that. And someone, he came to join in the army, the first thing they do will be haircut and the dress, and after that when he comes out, when people look at him, oh, he's in army, he should be like this. He has not completed his training, only he put on the dress. We are mostly like that. So the society should not think us that we are already God realized. No. There may be some mistakes. You have to understand that too. We are coming from your family. There are anyone making a mistake, he is also having his father and mother. And there are so many temptations in this world. So one should be careful about that, and we are trying, but sometimes we make mistakes. So naturally, if you think, oh, that is the end of his life and kill him, that is not good. That is not good. Try to understand that. Swami Vivekananda said, so many they fail to reach here. That is not wonder, because terrible. You cannot reach over there. So the path is so stiff. Shurasya dhara nishita durattaya. Unending. but at least one or two, they have reached the other shore. That is the greatness. So when Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, concentrate on God and meditate, go on repeating the name of God. Who is that God? Here, I conclude, is better to take the one who is having all those qualities, and in this world he is there. So we can take that particular form and name as our God and concentrate on that. Thank you, friends. We will read from the page 855 in our next class again.
So the first question is from Nikhil Sinde. He's saying, the deep sleep experience is recognized by the reflected consciousness after we wake up. Is it true?
Reflected consciousness. The deep sleep experience gives us an idea that beyond the body and mind there is consciousness. Of course, that consciousness is not the actual original consciousness, it is the reflected consciousness. Yes, you are true. That gives us the experience. Thank you.
Virendra Majumdar is asking, how to become desirefully desireless except praying to him?
How to become desireless?
Yes.
You know that desireless, it is a practice. We have to go on practicing and practicing. Nature will force you. Suppose you love to eat sweets, God forbid, if your doctor says, hey, from today, no sweet because you are on the border. It is almost naturally your friends and relatives will force you not to eat. By that way, we give up. And it's desire, you know, what is the desire? Desire, I am attached to that. If I get something, oh, that is mine, I cannot share it with you, anyone. That is called desire. It is nothing like that. So whatever comes, that is okay. And if it is not coming, that is also okay. So you are becoming desireless through judgment, through vichara, through analysis. I am not going to hold it, get it. Sometimes when I hear two brothers are going on at the litigation for a long period of time, one in the foreign and having some money and all that, another in the country not having much. So he is complaining, you are having so much, why you are not giving me the property of my father? Oh, no, I am a son, so I have that property also. In that case, of course, it is their thing. In that case, had I been there, if I was having, by God's grace, sufficient in this country, in the foreign country, I would have lovingly give that property to the brother. Okay, you enjoy that, no problem. So this is called attachment. If you understand this, it is not necessary. You are not going to gain anything by that. Then it becomes easy to give up. Thank you.
The user SM is saying, I am a university student. How can I keep my mind to think constantly of God?
As because you are a student, I would rather say you give your attention to your study. And when you are studying, because that is your dharma, Chhatrayanam Uddhayanam Tapa, your tapasya, your austerity, your God is nothing but that knowledge. But at the same time, go on praying to the God, whatever God you believe, and you go on praying to the God, oh God, be with me and make me success in my endeavor. And don't give me ego. Pray in that way. You'll find that your mind is calm and you can concentrate and avoid all around whatever is happening. You cannot stop that. So purpose of your life is this. Focus on that. And you'll find after a year or two, you are successful and you are happy. Thank you.
Vijay is asking, what are the signs for us ordinary people that we are progressing in our spiritual life?
It's a good question, Vijay. So, science is that previously we used to criticize others, disliked others, this, that. And slowly, your mind will become in the broad and you will know oh, that man is behaving like that way, it has a purpose. Oh, he has suffered a lot, so he has become cranky like that, behaving like that. You will be able to accept different people in the different characteristics as it is. And there will be no problem. The more you grow in spirituality, the more you love for everyone as they are. That is the sign of growing to spirituality. Thank you very much.
Virendra Majumdar is asking, Nikhil Sinde is asking, Swamiji, is my understanding right? At realization, we come to know that there are no desires, no worries, no second thought. The truth is complete. Is this something we can say about love and bliss?
Of course, if you are truly having that love and bliss, and when there is nothing but love for each and everyone, then it is complete. And you need not to ask anyone. Your mind will say that you are that. So 100% the love, it will come, and obviously, like Swami Vivekananda, he said, I don't know what is God or whether I have realized God or not, but mind has become so big. I can even accommodate devil if there is a devil. That means that type of personalities also I can understand. And afterwards in his life also we have seen some people, always they are there, they used to criticize Vivekananda, but he used to inquire about their good beings. Oh, are they all right? Health is all right? Now the weather is not good. They are criticizing, and Vivekananda is taking care of them. So that is called the love for each and everyone. And in that time, you are only enjoying your life. Jivana Mukta Purusha. Thank you.
Virendra is asking, the only thing I know that we are not independent, our mother is controlling us, we cannot be here without her. Am I on the right path?
Yes, that is also true. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, it is better to become a son, a child of the mother. The God is having, it is God only who has created us. It is God only who has created the problem for us. It is God only who is going to solve the problem for us. So obviously, it is better to hold on to God as mother. Why? Mother is someone, is not the father. Father may be angry, but the mother will never ever give you up. Whatever the way you are, but the mother will say, my son, my child. So hold on to mother, pray to mother, cry to mother. And the very simple but very effective advice of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, when someone said, how to pray to mother? He said, can you cry as the baby crying for the mother and forgets everything in the world except mother? Until the mother comes and takes the baby, then he will be all right, satisfied. So similarly, go on crying for mother for everything, silently and secretly. The people should not see that. You and your mother. It's a very good idea. Thank you, Virendra.
Gonani Dasgupta is asking, I love Sri Ramakrishna, but one of them told me, he is new, how can he become the supreme? How can his mantra be used?
Who is that one? I don't know. It is not new or old. It is actually the manifestation of God at different times. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata. Whenever the dharma glani, that the righteousness that the society should practice, it is not there, that God will manifest. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, he who was Rama, he who was Krishna has become Sri Ramakrishna. Rama in the Treta Yuga, then Dwapara Yuga, in Kali Yuga, same God is coming, and all of them are from the Vishnu, the ultimate soul. So I think if you ask me, I'll say pray to Sri Ramakrishna. And it is up to you. Thank you. Okay, friends. So let us pray this mantra, and then we say Shanti 3 times. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.